You're taking all the supplements, you're eating the right foods, you've tried everything you were told to do, and your AMH still isn't moving. I want to tell you exactly why, because it's not what you think and it's not your fault. Let's start at the most fundamental level. If your gut is not in optimal health, you are not absorbing what you're taking. Increased intestinal permeability, gut dysbiosis, chronic gut inflammation, all of these impair nutrient absorption at the level of the gut lining itself. CoQ10, a fat-soluble compound that requires optimal gut function to absorb. Vitamin D, same. Zinc, selenium, magnesium, all of these nutrients that are foundational to the granulosa cell function and AMH production all get compromised at the absorption level before they even reach your ovaries. So the supplements are not failing you. The gut environment that would allow them to work has never been addressed. That's a completely different problem, and it requires a completely different solution. And even what does get absorbed faces the next barrier. If your cells are not in optimal health, they cannot even utilize what they receive. Mitochondrial dysfunction means your granulosa cells cannot convert nutrients into ATP that they need to produce the AMH and support follicular environment. They are receiving the raw materials, but they don't have the cellular energy or machinery to use them. You can eat the perfect diet. You can take every supplement on a fertility list. If your mitochondria are compromised, you're running on empty at the cellular level. Your body is not ignoring what you're giving it. Your cells don't have the capacity to use it yet. That capacity has to be restored first. It doesn't matter what supplements you're taking. Above the gut and the cells is the hormonal system that governs the entire thing. When cortisol is chronically elevated from stress, poor sleep, and a nervous system that never gets to rest, it disrupts the hypothalamic signal that drives LH and FSH production. FSH and LH are the signals telling your follicles to develop. No supplement addresses the hypothalamic disruption. No prenatal vitamin corrects GnRH pulsatility. No amount of CoQ10 overrides a cortisol-driven hormonal environment. If the signal at the top of the chain is disrupted, everything downstream reflects that corruption, including AMH. And compounding all of this, insulin resistance, which can be completely invisible on a standard blood glucose test, is silently amplifying androgen production and impairing FSH sensitivity in your granulosa cells, dysregulating the downstream reproductive hormones that govern follicular development. And it shows up on no standard fertility panel unless someone specifically tests your fasting insulin, HOMA-IR, or is looking at your continuous glucose monitor. Subclinical thyroid dysfunction. A TSH your doctor calls normal but sits above 2.0 is directly suppressing the metabolism of your granulosa cells producing your AMH. These are not conditions that you can supplement around. They're root causes and they have to be corrected before anything else you do can work the way it's supposed to. So when you tell me that you've tried everything and nothing has moved, I believe you. But I hear something very specific and much different than you think. I hear that you've been trying to fill a leaking bucket, adding supplements to the gut that can't absorb them, adding nutrients to cells that can't utilize them, adding targeted interventions to a hormonal system that is being overridden by cortisol, insulin, and thyroid dysfunction upstream. You don't have a supplement deficiency. You have a foundation that has not been built or optimized yet. And until that foundation is built, the supplements can't do what they were designed to do. The interventions cannot land. The body can't respond. And I want to say something real quick in the IVF context that I think is one of the most important things I will ever say on this page. I've sat with women who have gone through 2, 3, 4, 7, 10 IVF cycles, who have spent tens of thousands of dollars, who have injected hormones into their body, whose gut never healed, whose insulin was never addressed, whose cortisol was never regulated, whose mitochondria were never supported, and their eggs were retrieved from that environment, and the cycles failed. And they were told, your body didn't respond, your eggs aren't good enough, donor eggs may be your only option. When what actually failed was the investigation that should have happened before the first injection was ever given. IVF doesn't fix the foundation. It stimulates whatever foundation is already there. Your body deserved better than that, and it's not too late to build what should have been built first. Keep following along because in my next video, I'm going through the mitochondrial story, the cellular energy system that underlies all of this, and what research shows how to restore it. Comment root cause if you are ready for root cause fertility care, and I will send you a link to my free fertility webinar. Share this with every woman who you know has been told her body didn't respond, because her body is responding exactly the way the body responds when the foundation is not addressed.